Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool video for you this evening. Now, normally on our channel, we do arcade game, pinball machine, jukebox videos. If you are only interested in arcade machine, pinball machine, or jukebox videos, you will not enjoy this video, so we will see you back Tuesday. That's perfectly fine. But for those who care, I have lately been filming some videos about some of the antiques I collect whenever I run by them. Old radios, old clocks, things like that. Okay? And so on Sundays, we've been doing some videos on stuff like that. And we call this amateur repair time because I don't know what I'm doing. So lately I've been working on this Majestic radio. If you saw the last couple videos, you know about that. And I'm working on the chassis right now. But today, I wanted to do a video I've been meaning to do for a while about some of these strange records I have ran across in my travels. Okay. So we sell records at our store. We don't have any expensive ones or anything, but we've got a couple boxes out, or I think we've got 5 boxes of records out where we sell mainly 33 RPM albums. And I think the kiddies call them vinyls now. I always call them records, but I guess they're actually called LP albums. But I've bought records since I was a kid. Love them. Got tons of them. And so I'm selling off a bunch of stuff that we pick up. So I have picked up records for years, right? And what'll happen is you'll get a box of records, and there will be, you know, the stuff that you've heard or standard stuff. Some of it's good, some of it isn't. Some of it's stuff you've never heard before. And then you get some that are like, what in the world is this? So this is the stack from this year, basically, that I've ran across. So I'm going to show you what they are first, and then we're going to attempt to play them. I don't know if they'll all play. One of them, I can tell, isn't going to play much, but we've got to try. I've got just this little cheapo Lafayette record player here that we did a video on several months ago. If you want to see us working on that little record player, go back on our channel. There's a playlist for these amateur repair time videos. And I believe right now, as of early 2024, there's like 35 videos on there or something. And they're all me just messing with stuff I don't know how to fix and fixing it anyway. We've got a couple things where I couldn't fix it. But in general, a lot of stuff you can fix if you'll just attempt it, you know. And Donnie, Joey, and I have lived our life believing that, right? So let me show you some of these records that I've picked up. And then that way, if you're not interested at all, you can go ahead and bounce. You won't have to be bored by this. But I haven't listened to any of these, and I've been wanting to for a long time. So the first one here isn't much. Let's see what it is. Fuller and Smith and Ross, Inc. Mobile Tire Co-op Radio Commercials, 1971, 1972. So I guess this is like a recording of radio jingles that they were sending out in 1971 to be played on the radio. So that might be interesting to listen to. Now, in that same vein, I have this General Electric, We Bring Good Things to Life. This is a similar product. To see where our new theme will come to life, see enclosed TV schedule. At GE, we're all part of something very special. Blah, 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 blah. We'll be telling your family, friends, and neighbors in the biggest GE advertising campaign ever. So I thought it might be interesting to listen to what they were going on about. It says, okay, are you ready? I'm going to read you a poem. This is from the people who are trying to sell you something. We make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun. We bake your bread and light your way when day is done. We make you pretty, we make you smile. GE, we bring good things to living. We bring good things to life. We bring you closer to the ones you love. GE, we bring good things to living. We bring good things to life. You know, I vaguely remember hearing, we bring good things to life, or something like that. Is that how it goes? We bring good things to life. So maybe. And, you know, I don't really like sarcasm, so I'm not trying to pick on them. I'm just, you know, it'd be interesting to see. There's certainly the GE of the 70s or whenever this was made. Let's see here. Can we tell? There's something digital. I'm going to guess early 80s. Does it not? It doesn't say. Maybe it'll say on the record. Okay, so we'll try that. Okay, and now it's getting more interesting. Well, it's about to get more interesting. So I'm not going to play these, but I just thought they were interesting. I figured I'd show them in the same video. These are, they're cardboard. And, you know, you used to be able to get stuff like this on the back of, like, cereal boxes and stuff. But this one, it's like masonite or something. Made in USA. Vocalist. Toby Dean. Copyright. 1945, 1946. Let's zoom in. Copyright 1948, Voco, 1948, Voco Inc. I may play a little bit of it. I didn't know it was that old. So this one's Dinky the Doggy. That's probably going to be my favorite. And then I Tisk It, I Task It. And it belonged to Chuck Adams in 1948. Wouldn't it be crazy if the back was made in 1957? It's probably both 1948. And then there's another one apparently from the same set. Three Little Kittens, also owned by Chuck E. Adams. And Wash Your Hands, Brush Your Teeth. Let's see if that's the same. It should be the same year, you know. 1948, Voco Inc. So I didn't know they were that old. I figured they were from the 70s, but since they're that old, we may play a minute of it just because to see what something that ancient sounds like. And this isn't really rare or anything, but it just seemed interesting. This is a RCA Victor compact single 33. I have seen these that have like 3 songs on them, but I've never seen one where it's just one song. And it's our old buddy Roger Miller, When Two Worlds Collide, backed with Every Which Away. I don't think I've heard Every Which Away. I've heard When Two Worlds Collide. I think he wrote that with Bill Anderson. I think he only wrote a... Well, let's see. It should say on the back. Yeah, Bill Anderson. Boy, that was a good guess. I mean, I just saw it, but I didn't read it. He only wrote a couple songs. They say when Roger was dying of cancer, one of his buddies went up to his house, and he was staying at this big farmhouse somewhere outside of Nashville, and he was just taking it easy, and he wasn't doing that great. And they were trying to keep him comfortable and everything. And one of his buddies came up there and said, Roger, you're one of the greatest songwriters of all time. You know, just to get your mind off things, maybe it'll make you feel a little better. Why don't we get some of these new young songwriters in Nashville to come up here and spend an hour or two with you, and maybe you could write some songs, get your mind off all this, and you could co-write some stuff with these new guys. And Roger looked at him and said, did Picasso co-paint? And the guy's like, oh, Roger. And he's like, did Michelangelo co-paint? That's the story, at least. So, but I think I'll listen to that because it's just cool, and it's a compact single 33. All right, now here we are to the juice of the whole video. Those of you who think these sound boring, you might just want to fast forward to the end. The voice of Otto and Lillian, Pepsi Cola, Your Man in Service, May 6, 1944. Records by the Record Disc Corporation, 395 Broadway, New York. I have no idea what this is, but 1944, Your Man in Service. Are they talking about their Pepsi guy, or are they talking about 1944, World War II? It's a recording of a troop over in Germany. I don't know. Now it says Lillian, Otto and Lillian. Maybe that was his French girlfriend. No, probably not. Who would he be sending it home to? Maybe his mom. I don't know. Right? So I don't know. It could just mean the Pepsi guy was called Your Man in Service, and it's a recording that somehow Pepsi was recording people on the street or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out if this thing will play. And then the back also has some kind of recording on it. It's in horrible shape, and the label is gone. You thought this was going to be a crappy video, didn't you? And that was before you saw this one. The voice of I, Your Man in Service, courtesy of Pepsi Cola. Now, these were in the same stack, obviously. I mean, what are the odds I'd find this one and then find another one later? These were in the same stack. So I would assume that they're the same people, but I don't know. Oh, okay. The voice of I, so 2. The other side must have mean 1, and this side means 2. Now, these very well may not play very, very good at all. You see what's going on here. Did you see the cracking and stuff? Yeah, there you go. So they may play, they may not. But if we can get some kind of recording of it, if it's anything significant, that would be cool. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like secrets or anything, but it might be something interesting that, you know, people will want to hear. I haven't attempted to clean them for 2 reasons. 1, why would I waste my time cleaning them? And then 2, it may make them deteriorate. Okay, now I got something really cool here. Look at this. So this is an aluminum disc and it's falling apart. However, we may be able to play part of it. Maybe, but I can't clean it because I don't want to clean it. And 2, it might damage. Right? So it says duo disc, aluminum disc, title, Charlie Crit. I can't read that. Is that Charlie? Charlie, maybe it says Chuck. I don't think that says church. Charlie, Chuck. And this is January of 1948. So that's actually a little newer than the other one. Now, there's also a recording on the other side that's also in horrible shape. But we might be able to play the beginning and then the inside. I don't know. Looks like 2 tracks. This side doesn't say anything. So it might be just somebody recording, well, if it's in January, I mean, it wouldn't, maybe it's a birthday party or something. It might be like a church meeting. It might be some kind of work thing, but if it was like a work meeting or something, you would think that it would be a little more professional. You know, it would say, recording of meeting about blah, 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 our new lead-based paint or something, right? So it'll be interesting to see if that will even play. I'm using this cheap record player. If it messes it up, I don't think it'll mess the needle up, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let me set up one of the commercial ones first. All right, so we're doing a 60-second jingle. This is the Mobile Tire Company. Let's see if it will play. And let's see if YouTube will ban me. You don't think they'll ban me, do you?
Save on tires at a mobile station. Save on tires at a mobile station. Tire prices down to your toes. Well, there's a mobile station right under your nose. I heard you.
Head on down to your mobile tire dealer and find out what deals await you. Now open in Gastonia, Charlotte, and Rock Hill. I got the timing wrong, but that worked. Okay, so that was the 60-second one. That's the long one. This one's called Saul. Might be skipping. How is it? It's like a brand new looking record.
Half a mobile tire free. Half a tire free. You'll go broke, mobile dealer.
Keep sawing, Attila. Half a mobile tire free means all you buy is a tire and a half. Understand?
Oh, sure, I understand. Half a mobile tire free means all you buy is 1.5.
Yeah.
What'll I do with the other half?
If you ever become a lady boxer, Attila, you can use it as a mouth guard.
Yeah.
Boy, that was horrible. Attila. That was not funny. Come on down to Mobile Tire today. We're sawing prices in half. Okay, and this is called Party. Oh, it's skit. Oh, they probably do it on purpose. Wow. You see what's going on? They've purposely made it so that it won't run between the tracks. Okay, that makes sense because it's brand new. Since it's a radio one.
Did you invite a stranger to our costume party?
Well, I just invited our mobile dealer, but I didn't see him arrive.
Your mobile dealer brought a tire to our costume party.
Oh, well, of course. Mobile dealers are having a sale on mobile tires way below their regular prices.
A mobile tire sale?
But yes, dear, that's why he's introducing a mobile tire to our guests. Mobile tire sale's on right now.
So is his costume.
But a mobile dealer should carry mobile tires during a mobile tire sale.
He's not carrying it. The tire is all he's wearing.
Oh.
Why are they laughing? What are those women laughing at? I don't. Okay, yeah, them weren't all that great, but let's look at the grooves and see if it is made so that it won't play between the two. Okay, so there's the run-in groove to the first one. And then after it was done, it just kept like kind of skipping. And then it did it again after the second one. So I think since it's meant to be a radio thing, or maybe, you know, maybe this was something where they, you know, they're all going to sit around in a room and listen to it and then decide what they think about it. So it plays the one and then they can talk about it, you know, while it's still playing. And then whenever they're ready to play the next one, they get up and move the needle. It kind of seemed that way. All right, so then there's Dentist, Mountie, Songwriter, and Gabby. But I think you get the point, right? So let's move on. But that's kind of cool. So maybe we skip the GE one and come back to it in a minute. We'll do one of these little kids ones. Let's do Dinky the Doggy. What speed do you believe this to be? I don't know. I guess we'll try it at 33 and just see what happens.
dog is barking now. He's so glad when you're near. That's why he is barking, dear. Look at him stand on his hind legs, and he does it all alone. That's the way little Stinky begs, barking for a juicy bone. Every night in
That was not a dog.
he never sleeps till you scratch his head. Bow wow wow, bow wow wow. Dinky dog is sleeping now. Bow wow wow, bow wow wow. Dinky the dog is barking now. He's so glad when you're near. That's why he is barking, dear. Look at him stand on his hind legs, and he does it all alone. That's the way little Dinky begs, barking for a juicy bone. Every night in his bed, he never sleeps till you scratch his head. Bow wow wow, bow wow wow. Dinky dog is sleeping now.
Boy, that thing's moving, ain't it? It was a 78, obviously. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's a voice from 75 years ago. All right, Roger Miller time. It may delete this part. If this just goes silent, you know what happened, okay? And so this is a 33 on a little disc. From the late 60s, probably, because of the Bill Anderson song on the back. I think they wrote that kind of early. So, those of you who have watched this far, you either just heard nothing because they knew what song that crazy song was, or you just heard a crazy song. Okay, so let's do the GE one. GE, we bring good things to life. So it's another jingle set, but this one is on a floppy. It's on a floppy, folks. It'll be interesting to see if this one does the same thing. GE, we bring good things to life. And there's nothing on the back. Okay, and it wants me to put a penny on it. I don't have a penny. I'll put this ring on it. I found this ring in a box of stuff too. A bunch of junk I bought. It had a ring in it. It ain't, I think it's just a fake ring, but you know, you never know. I'm gonna let Gene look at it. Maybe he can tell. So this is GE's We Bring Good Things to Life campaign.
We make your daughters dance, work you to the sun. We bake your bread.
Needs more weight. Let me go get a quarter. Basic.
Make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun. We bake your bread and light your way when day is done. We make you pretty, we make you smile. We bring good things to live in. We bring good things to life.
At GE, we sell more than light
Bring you
bulbs.
closer to the ones you love.
Okay, let's see if this one skips right to the next one or if it gets permanently caught in a loop. No, it went right to the next one.
We make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun.
We make your bread and light your way when day is
Rhythm and blues, it says.
we make you smile.
We bring good things to live in. We bring good things to life.
We make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun. Make your bread and light your way when day is done. We make you pretty.
Okay, now listen. We just listened to that Roger Miller song. So I like weird songs. This is horrible. You'd think they could have got, I mean, why didn't they just spend a little money and have Burt Bacharach write it or something? That is horrible lyrics.
We make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun. We bake your bread and light your way when day is done. We make you pretty, we make you smile. We bring good things to living.
This is the brass version.
Bring good things to life. We bring good things to living. We bring good things to life.
If you got this free in the mail, would you be happy about it? Okay, now here comes the light rock. This will be the best one, obviously.
We fill your days with song, send a summer breeze. We turn your dark to light, we capture memories.
Remix.
We make you pretty, we make you smile. Gee. We bring good things to live in. We bring good things to life.
I like this one the best so far.
We bring you closer. We bring good things to live.
Next up's country. Let's see if they disappoint me with the country.
Good things to life.
I gotta tell you, I love country music. In 1979, country music was in a bad place. Unless you were listening to outlaw country.
We make your daughters dance, wake you to the sun. We bake your bread, light your way when day's done. We make you pretty, we make you smile. Gee, we bring good things to live in. We bring good things to life.
It's just horrible. It's just... It's like they came up with a ridiculous line. We bring good things to living. What the hell does that even mean, you know? We bring good things to life. And then they forced some songwriters to try to write a song around that, you know? People could have done much better if they just, you know, get a hold of David Allan Coe. Tell him to write you a country song about GE. He would do it, believe me. He'd still do it. Okay, so that one was disappointing. I thought it would be a lot better than that. That's just god-awful. I mean, the mobile tire one wasn't that bad, but they weren't singing, you know. So, okay, let's try the voice of your man in service. All right, so it's 1944, and now that I think about it a little bit, I don't believe that they really did anything but 78 that far back, did they? Jukeboxes, I know, I'm pretty sure that the jukebox 45s didn't come out till like the early 50s. Because the bubbler jukebox that was such a big deal, you know, whenever I say jukebox, the jukebox you think in your head, the bubbler, the Wurlitz or 1015, most famous jukebox of all time. That actually came out in the 40s, and it played 78s. But they released an update kit in the early 50s or mid 50s to change the speed and to make the old boxes play 45s. And so that jukebox was so beautiful that the operators didn't trade them back in. So they used to come out with a new jukebox every year. And so let's say you're an operator and you put one in a bar or something. You would take it back out, and then you would turn it back into the distributor, and you'd get the new model, which you didn't really have to do because the things were pretty reliable, right? But they did that every year. You know, they'd play extra and turn in the new jukebox. But what I've heard happened was the year that the bubbler came out, which is, you know, the most beautiful thing ever. And they all, to be honest, a lot of them were really nice looking jukeboxes around that time. The operators didn't want to turn it back in. They're like, this thing's amazing. It literally had bubbled oil going up on the sides of it. And so they didn't want to turn it back in. So a lot of the operators kept them, and they put them in their back room and everything. Cause like a bar might want you to have the new one, you know, or whatever. But a lot of the operators kept them and didn't trade them back in. And then whenever they released that kit where you could turn it into a 45 box, they bought the kit, turned those old ones that they had in storage into a 45 box, and then put them in like the ice cream shops and the little hamburger joints and stuff that at the same exact time, a lot of kids in the 50s were going to, right? So after school, you go down to the hamburger joint down the road from the school or whatever. And a lot of rock records were coming out on 45s, rock and roll. So that's kind of how the bubbler jukebox became synonymous with 50s rock and roll, but it's actually a 40s jukebox. So I know it's a 40s jukebox, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of why they kept them, was just because the thing's so beautiful. Try finding one that came out after the bubbler. Was the Peacock the next one or the one before it? Those are even harder to get. Okay, so I think it's going to be 78, and this is supposed to be auto speaking. So we'll see what this is. It may be amazing. It may be nothing. It may not even play.
Have your daughter? And this Let's know what's going on down here tonight. Tonight, May the 4th, leaving now. Down to the gate. Guys, what's doing? We thought we'd send you start making. And take note of you doing fine down here. We both know it's you, we can be with you. Be down, being in the living room, talking. Having more than you come over. I really have it now. Old blue snake, fish all over the house. Maybe down the basement right now, who knows. I've been here 6 weeks so far. Doing quite a lot of studies. Doing the job right, post graduation. Maybe 20 if everything goes well. I'm hoping that I'll be sent back to South Carolina, right? Maybe fly over and let you know it's me. Being way down here is kind of awkward. Not being able to get in the road back. I took over now and tried on the other side to let it do it.
Okay. I'm going to have to try to clean it, obviously. But that's a clean recording of it as I found it. If I destroy it trying to clean it, then that's that, you know. But and I'll try this first side first. He said something about he had a daughter. Now this says Otto and Lillian. So again, is he in the military? I don't know about that. I thought I heard him say South Carolina. He said, I've been here about 6 weeks. I thought he said something about there's a big dog that sleeps in the basement. And then he said something about he hoped that they were going to, after this, they were going to send him back, or he was going to be sent back, or something like that. It could just be something like the Pepsi guy was at a sales meeting and they recorded it and sent it back to their family or something. I don't know why he would be there for 6 weeks. So I don't know that there's any military connection or not. Now, if there's not, a lot of you are probably going, oh, you idiot. Why would you think that? Because it says your man in service. That means military to me. That's why, right? Now, I could Google this, but what fun is that? I'm trying to figure it out by what they're actually saying. That's much more fun. After it's over, I'll go Google it. But I got the stuff right here in front of me. Why in the world would I Google it? So I'm going to try to wipe this down. And then I'm going to try to play it again and see if we can hear anything else that he said.
Hello, Mrs. Ford. The Pensacola Company is happy to bring you the voice of your daughter and her son-in-law, Cecile at Henry, Alabama. All right, here you are. Hello, Mother. Just thought I'd take this opportunity. First, Pensacola Company here, Mr. Send you a short message. Let you know what's going on down here at Maxie. Tonight, May 4th, Lou and I have recreation. Judge, Mr. Brett here, and we thought we'd send you a short message and let you know that we were doing fine down here. We both miss you and wish you could be with you, be there, being in the living room, talking, having more and Lou come over. By the way, howdy now. Those Lou takes seats all over the house, maybe down in the basement down there, who knows. I've been here 6 weeks so far. See quite a lot of the studies, the majority of them, supposed to graduate. Maybe 20, if everything goes well. I'm hoping that I'll be sent back to South Carolina where I can maybe fly over and let you know it's me. Being way down here is kind of awkward. Not being able to get any word back. I'll switch over now and try it on the other side, see where they go here.
Okay, so I think there's somebody at the beginning that says, this is your daughter and son-in-law. And then he says, he says something about, I just thought I would let you know what it's like down here. And I think he says MacBee. That's how locals pronounce M-C-B-E-E, MacBee, which is down below Jefferson, South Carolina. Now, I did not buy these records down that way, but it could be. But then he says something about, I've been here 6 weeks now. And he says, I'm hoping they'll send me back to South Carolina or something like that. And then at the end, he says, okay, I'm going to flip the record over now and talk on the other side or something like that, right? So when I clean this, it proved to be pretty resilient. So I'm going to clean the other side carefully, just a little bit at a time, and then we'll try playing it. I'm also, whenever I edit this video, I'll try running some noise reduction on that, just that second time, just to see if it clears it up where you can hear anything. Somebody might be able to clean this thing with wax. I've heard that works on some of them, but I don't know. It's pretty rough. Ooh, there's something on the needle. Maybe if I get the needle clean, I think we're good, but we'll see. Let's see it. This is side 2.
Laying here and like to go a few ways for your mother and tell you how much you miss you. I don't think she writes as much as she feels and what she tells me, but maybe you get a word from her here. Thank you.
Mother, Matt, I got to see you work out there and everything. It's so good to be there, and I still hope to be there somewhere we can get around there and just once in a while. Lily's doing fine. I see you how I was talking to you last night, over the phone and everything. She did so much. People I live with are real nice to me. They've been going and I sure hate to leave them. You're not to lose it. Bring me here, take him away.
Well, this is me again. I want to tell you that you sing this record now and then and think about us both, so we always sing you. Singing the good times we've had together. I know most time I've been there on it, about 8 months with this it's come in, and I know it won't be very long until we'll be back together again and have some more good times. That's about the only thing I have to look forward to now, because we have us to all over. I always spoke real good care of yourself.
Okay, so he basically was saying he thinks about him a lot, and then he put his, it sounds like that's his wife on there, and she said, "Mama," blah, 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 and started talking, but I couldn't hear her as much. Just, you know, her voice was a different tone. I couldn't hardly hear what she was saying, but she said something about, "They're treating me real good down here," or something like that. I mean, it almost sounds like they're in prison. It could be that the guy is off at a military base, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't completely understand what's going on, but okay, so we got this other one here. I'm going to try to clean it a little bit too, and then we'll listen to it. This, again, was with the same stuff, so it could be this is the exact same people, which would explain why it just says 1 and 2 on the other side. It could be they made a set of 2. Now, keep in mind, there were telephones back then, but this was a way to have just a recorded record that they could keep, you know. All right, side 1, hopefully this one is in better shape. I've actually got one of these recorder things that you could record these on back in the day, but the one I've got is like a toy. Okay, so I couldn't make out hardly any of that. It's so deteriorated. All of that you're hearing is the cracks in the enamel or whatever it's made out of. It's not made of enamel, but you know, as it rolls over each one of those cracks, you get a little snap, and it makes it where you can't hear it. Hopefully, I can edit it somehow and use some noise reduction software on it and make it where you can hear something. Like they just did with that John Lennon record. I could run this through AI. Nah, I don't want to. The hell with AI. I don't like AI. All right, side 4. Now, there could have been other sides that I didn't end up with or that were lost to time, but this is the last one I've got of this particular set. Then I've got this one other record. Hopefully we can hear something. On a pretty bad scratch. I think he signed off at the end, so maybe that was the only ones that they recorded, and we've got the whole collection. Hopefully that cleans up. All right, so even attempting to play this is crazy, but we're going to do it anyway. And I'm not going to try to clean it because obviously it doesn't hold on very well, right? So we're going to play it, and just to see if we can tell if there's anything on it, you know. It may be music or something. I don't know. And then I'll try to clean it maybe, but I'm afraid that stuff's going to chip right off. Look how it's missing here and in the middle. And then on the other side, there's a big part in the middle missing. So I assume this is also a 78. And since it's aluminum, it might cut me.
Yes, he's made a record of, he's got a big old record up there. Look at it. Yes, sir. Come on. Well, that's all right. You don't have to talk. Anybody who wants to talk to you. You know who I love? I love my mama.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, mama. I love my mama. Chuck, you want to talk to the record? No, he can't talk to the record, but I bet his daddy can. I bet he can. Chuck, did you ride down the hill with Daddy? Huh? Oh, boy, I bet you had a good old time with old Daddy on the hill. Yes, sir, big fun. Right on down over here with Dad on the sled. Got on Daddy's back and we rode down here. Well, that's all right. Yes, sir. And I love my mama.
This might be a Mr. T record.
I wanted my mother to know how much that I love her. I wanted my mother to know that I love her every day, and not just on her birthday, not just on Mother's Day, not just on Valentine's Day or Christmas Day, but I love my mother on President's Day. I love my mother on Election Day, on Labor Day, Independence Day, Columbus Day, Earth Day, Memorial Day, Flag Day, Groundhog's Day, April Fool's Day, New Year's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and yes, even on Father's Day, I love my mother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel about my mother.
All right, so this is crazy, but at some point you're probably going to see a big chunk of this fly off while it's playing, because I'm going to play it right up to it, and then the needle's probably going to hit it and knock it off, right? There's a piece on there. And then we're going to try to play the middle part. So I don't know how this is going to go, but he loves his mama. Music. That's all it's going to play on that part, folks. Is that there's a big chunk of it missing. You're breaking in a new heart while you're breaking mine, it said. That's pretty cool. Okay, so it looks like on this side they recorded 2 songs, which is the most heavily damaged side, and those songs are probably commercial songs that you can get. But this other side, it sounded like a phone call between some people. But it may have been like a TV show or a radio show. Charlie Chuck. Never heard of that. But it almost sounded overdone, you know? Like, it almost sounded like somebody was acting, but it could have just been a family talking, and it kind of sounded like it was on the phone, so it makes you wonder how would they have recorded a phone call. But these little recording things had actually been around a while. Let me show you one that I've actually got. Whenever, like I said, whenever I edit this together, I'll try to see if I can get rid of any of that noise on that. So I picked this up a while ago. It's metal. It has all these little drawings on it, little paintings on it of kids being read storybooks and stuff. Birthday party. Okay, and has an old school volume knob on it. Off, on. The power cord is completely screwed up. And then it has this. It's made by good old GE. Electronic Toys. I believe this is a speaker and a microphone. And it says, play and talk. So I don't know. Maybe it just plays regular records. I was thinking this was some kind of thing that makes those things, but I think it's just a record player. It's missing the guts, or part of the guts, or the needle or something. I haven't ever done any research on this. It came with this. There's an extra hole in both of those. I don't know why that would be. It might be because you need to make sure this is held where it won't move when you're cutting it. That would be my guess. So I had it in my head that that's what this was. I don't know why they would make one as a toy, but I think they may have. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure that this is just a record player. And so if you put this over it, it gets rid of that extra piece there. So maybe it's to play back what you recorded or something. I don't know. So this, I would guess this is from the 40s. It's just made so nice. It's so heavy duty. Let's look on the bottom. I think it says something down there. General Electric, electronic play talk. There's the model number if you want to do the Googles. American Toys. Whoa. Toy manufacturers of the USA. By the way, I just saw a report that Mexico last year exported more stuff to the United States than China did. They said China exports to the United States are down 20%. You know what that means? That means that my parts page on my website, Lions Arcade, where it lists where things come from, and I tell you how to get USA-made tools and stuff that we use on our channel here, it's working. I'll take the credit. Electronic play talk, model blah, 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 warranty. General Electric Company warrants to the purchaser of each new General Electric electronic play talk that any part thereof which proves to be defective in material or workmanship within 90 days from the date of original purchase. Damn. 90 days. Operating instructions. This magnetic recorder will make recordings up to 2 minutes duration on an 8-inch magnetic paper disc. Further instructions are printed on the General Electric Play Talk recording disc, which may be obtained from your nearest General Electric dealer. Plug line cord into 105 to 125 volt 60 cycle power outlet. To turn off, rotate the knob to extreme left until the switch is heard to click. Caution, cabinet must be placed on a flat surface to allow air circulation under bottom. Do not place on a radiator or other heating device. Remove other cover to replace tubes. Made in the USA, Syracuse, New York. It has 2 tubes on it, and on the other side of that plate or this plate, it's going to tell you the schematic. That's pretty cool. Okay, so it's some kind of electronic, magnetic recorder. So maybe there's nothing missing but the power cord. because that does look like some kind of, if I haven't destroyed it, some kind of magnetic head. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's nothing missing. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So you could record stuff back in the day, you know, and those records were recorded on something or the other. So I guess I'll go Google the Pepsi Your Man in Service thing and find out what all of you found out 30 minutes ago whenever you Googled it. But I filmed this in advance, so I already know. I just didn't know on the video at the beginning of the video. So there you are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed that. Leave your comments below. I'm sure you can explain all this stuff to me, can't you? Leave your comments below. I like the concept. I've been meaning to talk about this on the pinball machines. When I work on a pinball machine, sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 videos to do one of the machines. And so I'll find something on the machine that, like, I don't know how it works, right? Because I haven't looked at it yet, right? And so I put out the first video. And then people will respond down below telling me things that they Googled about it, right? And they'll explain it all to me. And I understand why they do that. It's because they have no way of figuring it out. But personally, I've got the machine right there in front of me. So I can figure it out by just touching the machine and looking at it and lifting up the play field. I wonder what this does. Oh, look, it's a little switch. And I can mess with it and figure it all out. So I don't want to Google it. I want to mess with it and figure it out, you know. And, you know, I always film the videos ahead of time. So by the time the people are telling me how it works, I've already figured out how it works on video number 5 or whatever. You just haven't seen it yet. So by the time you see this one, I will have figured out what the Pepsi Cola Your Man in Service program was all about. And I will have ran the video through some editing software and hopefully gotten some of that snap, crackle, pop off of it. And maybe I can tell what that guy's saying. But hopefully I'll be able to do something before this video is uploaded. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below, even if they're just about what you Googled. I don't mind. Like I said, I'll already know. But what I love hearing the comments about is people telling me, I had that. Oh, I remember my grandma had one of them and all that. I love that crap, right? I don't need everybody telling me, oh, you're the greatest, Ron. But if I prefer if you tell me, you know, if you have any experience with this stuff. That always is cool to me. So we will see you on the next video. We'll be back Tuesday with a pinball video. So we'll see you then. I think we're working on a Pat Hand, Williams Pat Hand. Such a cool little machine. I love that game. I would rate it a 10 out of a 10. All right, and while you're at it, don't forget to check out my brother Donnie's channel. My brother Donnie has his own channel here on YouTube where he works on, we work on arcade games, pinball machines, and jukeboxes. And my brother Donnie works on old buildings, old vehicles, things like that. So we'll see you on that on the next video, but we'll see you over there on his channel too. So see you Tuesday with the great, legendary Williams Pat Hand pinball machine.